So I think today's student, I mean, there's a few features of today's student that are different to that of, maybe 5-10 years ago. I think particularly we find that they need more and more help transitioning into university. I think the fact that we have much larger cohort sizes naturally means that we're recruiting people who, I don't know, more of a diverse selection of students, and that includes students who are perhaps less good at managing their time. And I think part of it is a confidence issue of just not knowing what's required of them. I think many of our students, are quite competitive universities, so we recruit, highly academic students, but much of the time they're really used to working to a formula. So, revising for exams by going through past papers, and that works really well for A-levels. But as soon as you get to university, they can't quite comprehend the fact that, our curriculum is just a list of topics really, and we have, intended learning outcomes, but we don't work to a specification. We don't work to, we do have a guide of this is what you need to know, but a lot of the time they're like, what do I need to know to pass? It's like, well, here's the guide. There's no sort of limit to what you can learn about. And so that's where I think Connect comes in really handy, because it just helps support that transition and guide them towards how much work we're expecting them to do. I mean, from a starting point at least. I think, so there's the transition issue. It's also, and the more diverse learning needs. So I think one thing that the pandemic has taught us, that blended learning is really good for supporting those students who, for whatever reason, don't benefit from turning up to a lecture, sitting for an hour and going home again. That actually being able to choose when they want to do their work or when they want to learn, support students who, work better in the evening, or have caring responsibilities, or have to work to support themselves at university. So that really helps to enhance the flexibility and therefore inclusivity of our programme. So yeah, we've got students, supporting transition, being more inclusive and diverse. I guess there's also an element of students expecting quite a lot. We always have to manage student expectations, but there is definitely a feeling of students as a consumer. You often hear phrases like, I'm paying £9 for this, what am I getting? So I suppose it's quite helpful to show, this is one thing you're getting, alongside everything else. Not that we try to play into that, but